Ripper killed me again, Mom!
Kids. Now here's Ripper.
Hey team, this is Ripper. You guys are doing fantastic today. Got a fun video talking about Lushun and seeing how this is actually playing out today. I think they just did the, obviously they did the Black Friday event. Lushun Bravo's out there. And wondering if people are actually using it. It's actually pretty dang strong. And also some other Black Friday events. But I'm actually thinking that the, you know what's going on is the Steel event has actually been overpowering the Black Friday event. And like I said, have you seen many Black Friday ships out there? I mean, I really, to be honest, have not. At first, maybe the first few days of the Black Friday event, I saw the Lushun Bravo, and that's why we're taking a look at it now. But honestly, it's a powerful ship. I'm just surprised nobody's really getting it or seen a lot of it. You know, the Puerto Rico obviously was a fiasco again, charging so much money for it. I don't think it's really worth to spend over $100+ for it. And of course, like I said, the biggest thing right now going on is the Steel event that I've seen. That like the Bremen. As you can look, I'll even put up the tab. Look, a lot of Bremens, a lot of Hawaiis, a lot more of the Steel ship events that I've seen are actually in the game as opposed to Black Friday ships. So very curious. Wonder what your thoughts or opinions are. Honestly, I kind of think the Black Friday event was kind of lackluster. Although they keep bringing back the same ships over and over again, but they're just black camo. Really, it's there, but I think they just overpriced everything maybe, or maybe the ships aren't as performing as they used to be, maybe even power crept. Like I said, Puerto Rico's, although as cool as they are, they're just not as effective as I would think they are. Maybe they need to buff it something about the concealment, or I don't know, something along those lines. Puerto Rico, it just seems like it burns the bitsies, although it doesn't have a citadel in a sense. Like you can't find it. It's hard to find. Even though, yeah, you can citadel, it's just hard to find. That's what I've seen it. And then, of course, like Massachusetts, everybody's got a Massachusetts. I mean, I have a Massachusetts from a long, long time ago. Does it perform as much? Man, with all these secondary ships, I don't know. They seem to melt a lot easier now. I remember back in the day when Massachusetts was so broken OP. Secondaries were awesome, amazing. Now I think, again, it's been power crept. Unless they give it something better to do, it's just going to get overpowered by a lot of other ships out there. Right off the bat, we'll also talk about a little Destroyer gameplay. Specials buttons, by the way, just forgot to do a plug for the channel. Thanks again for all the supporters out there. We're on our way to 8,000, and can't thank you guys enough. We're doing great, and having a blast doing it. Right off the bat, going into the cap, I like the Lushun and the Lushun in the sense that because the concealment is only 5.8, which is amazing. You know, 5.8, anything below 6 is already good in my book, but for 5.8, that's pretty amazing for me. And we have a 5.5 kilometer hydro. In that regard, it's very, very strong for cap contesting, spotting DDs, and you know, doing a lot of stealthy, sneaky kind of stuff while being a gunboat and destroyer at the same time. I think it's a very, very good hybrid. Again, I'm surprised as why people don't play the Lushun as much. It's kind of like a Nutrishimi. We did a video on that already. The thing that really sells it is the guns, is the 1.5 second reload. As you can see, I really don't have to work much except for Fearless Brawler, and we got range build. So as you can see, we're going to go loud and proud at range. Look at this. I can literally reach out and touch the Wisconsin in the back there. At 15.5, we damage modules and start a lot of fires as well. Notice we're engaging because we've already capped. Once we've capped this point, we can now start going loud and reveal our position. And we don't have to be stealthy as much and provide a lot of gunfire support. A lot of people don't realize, ooh, dang, look at that first kill Hindenburg. A lot of people don't realize that the Destroyer is also good at providing gun power and a lot of DPM support with the reloads that it has. This has, like I said, Destroyers have some of the best reloads in the game. And to provide that firepower support can really offset an enemy flank as well as just demoralize everybody on this side. And also draw fire. I mean, remember what I've always said is if you're drawing fire, as you can see the red incoming exclamation point on the top right screen blinking at you, that means people are firing at me, which means I got to juke, throttle juke, do something, change vectors in order to dodge those shells. And that means that's one lot less opportunity that is shot at my team. If I can keep my team alive just with the sake of my presence here, more power to us, that we're going to increase our odds of winning. And that helps out our team a lot. Notice I'm one of few people that are spotted. Now, as you can see on my mini-map, they're blinking. You definitely need to load these. If you haven't already, download Outshine mod, because Outshine Totero mod here in this mini-map gives you so much situational awareness as well as knowing who's spotted. Now, anybody that's not blinking yellow, as you can see on my map here, is not spotted, which means that helps out knowing your situation. We're Splash 2 right there, killing Wisconsin. Notice I've killed the first 2 ships on this flank right here, and the power of what a druid can, I'm sorry, not a druid, a destroyer can do just by the mere presence, it affects your team a lot. And the irony of it all is the destroyer is the one killing everybody on this flank, which is really crazy. But I'm not going to distract away from the firepower we're providing, that my team is also providing. But we're doing so much by capping, spotting, torping, drawing fire, having enemy teams miss shots, delaying pushes. It's so powerful, like I said, the destroyer gameplay, that like I almost say it's kind of busted in the game because it just causes people to just sit in the back. Like I said, if we can like literally neutralize a destroyer threat, bam, way to go, shot there, Petro. If we can neutralize the destroyer threat on an enemy flank, it really is just game over at that point. Majority of the time I've seen, the enemy team just has no spotting. They're demoralized. They don't know what to do. It's almost like the battleship and cruiser in the back have no clue what to do without a destroyer. That it almost kind of ruins the game in that sense, because now, unless you just remove destroyers altogether, now you can't really do these kind of somewhat coordinated pushes or efforts. And I'm not saying the ship is not capable of doing it, it's just the player base won't do it. And that's something you can't control. All right, we spot Shimakaze here. And right here, the engagement was, I'll pause it right here so the frame rate can catch up, but I'll pause it right here. How do we engage this? The first thing is we have a great concealment. So as soon as we're detected, I pop hydro and just keep driving forward. I only have to drive another maybe 0.3 or 0.2 kilometers to spot this guy, and immediately he's caught in my hydro, he's spotted, and now we have an airplane also spotting as well. So this Shimakaze player is pretty much SOL. The biggest thing you got to worry about is torpedoes. Notice his torpedo launchers 1, 2, 3 right there are looking right at me, which is a very big telltale sign that he is now aiming and trying to launch torpedoes. And notice he's not firing his guns, so most likely torpedoes are coming at me. What do? I nose in, slim profile. I only need to use maybe the front 2 turret guns, but the cool thing about the Lushun is they got some good turret angles, and that's really it. The biggest threat you have to worry about is the torpedo threat. So right here, we're going to go ahead and engage. I'll give you a better shot of this. Oh, he finally fired his guns. He's actually using his guns. Crazy. Oh, wow, he fired them. So that means, let's see, if I see any splashes on the water, means he launches torpedoes. He might have just launched these torpedoes, so maybe, yeah, they're on cooldown probably, and he's done right there. And we're going to nose in now. It continuously nose in to the Shimakaze because you don't know if he did launch that death salvo at the very last minute there. All right, so we've got Bremen firing at... Bremen is very deadly, by the way. That steel ship, just along with the Hawaii, they have so much DPM and firepower. Like, right, that Hawaii is also firing at me. So much DPM and firepower, you cannot sit here and sustain constant damage. That's why I slammed on the brakes and let them overshoot me and throwing off those shots. Look at the amount of firepower they're dropping on me right now. I'm telling you, Bremen and Hawaii are literally have overshadowed the entire Black Friday event, as well as the Valparaiso. If you don't know, the Valparaiso is that, you know, what is it? Pan-Asian? No. Pan-European. Sorry, Pan-European, or Pan-American. Sorry, I keep thinking and getting it wrong. Pan-American battleship that was released, and everybody calls it broken up, overpowered, but I don't really necessarily think so as much, because although it can't survive, you can, as long as you stay out of its secondary range, you really can just figure out how to wither it down and blow it up. You just got to know how to play against it, and we have one as well. We've done reviews about it. You just got to know how it plays, and it's got to be within secondary range to get those heals back up to reload. But like I said, just really the event has been overshadowed. The Black Friday event has been overshadowed by the steel ships right here, as you can see, Hawaii, Bremen, and of course Valparaiso. Those are the big ones, the big heavy hitters. The other ones I haven't seen so much. I think they're not as strong or attractive as the Hawaii and Bremen. So I understand why. All right, here we go. So we got Hawaii right here. We are not going to engage because we don't have our torpedoes yet, and he's got, you know, somewhat a lot of health. So we don't want to mess with him. Watch, I bet you as soon as I fire, he'll fire at me. Notice he's firing at other battleships right now. So we're kind of waiting and seeing this out. Hopefully he gets some more damage on him. Okay, now we'll start firing and opening up. Let's see if he fires at us. He's still not firing at us. Interesting. His guns are still looking forward. This is where we switch to AP. We get nice, juicy chunks of AP on the side of light cruisers. Very nice. The AP on this thing is also amazing as well. I don't know why people don't like Lushun. It's just a really, really strong ship. Fun. It doesn't have smoke. Maybe that's why. People like smoke and whatnot. I'm really surprised this Hawaii is not firing at us. You would think he would fire. Somebody else fired at us. Maybe Libertad. Oh my gosh, we get a torpedo hit. Look at that. Torpedoes are very, very strong in this game. That should have been a... later on, you'll see why. That should have been our Kraken right there, but oh well. Because later on, we're going to get a couple more kills. We're going to get at least 4 kills today, and that Hawaii should have been our kill. Unfortunately, somebody took it right at the last minute, so we could have had a Kraken in Lushun. I'm impressed. To get a Kraken in Lushun is sometimes difficult. No, we start a fire. Again, these guns are great. For even I could just use the back turret with 1.2 second reload. Man, one turret in the back shooting and retreat is awesome, starting fires. And now we're going to switch to AP. Look at the power of what the AP can do on this thing. Someone told me on the chat that AP is amazing in Lushun, and I'm like, I agree. With 1.2 second reloads now, it just penetrates just perfectly on that sidearm. Look at that. 1,300 damage every maybe second or so. It's devastating. Holy crap, look at that. The secondaries are still firing at us. And again, and the thing also about the Lushun is you get the long-lasting heals. Now, it heals at a drip pace, but it lasts over 60 seconds. So you do the math. That's about 6,000-ish, you know, healing power right there. So not bad. But dig in. Ooh, there is Splash 3. We killed a Libertad. Yeah, if you do the math right here, I'll even do the math for you. 154 for 60 seconds. What is that? 150 hit points times 60 is only, oh, it's 9,240. My bad. I didn't realize there was extra math there. 9,000. So you're approximately a little bit higher than, like, say, Laffy and so forth. So it's pretty dang strong to survive and healing back a lot. The Laffy has the gimmick of just healing back a lot of damage. Even Citadel, or not Citadel, but just major AP damage or whatnot. It just heals everything. Oh, wow. We get a Splash 4 right there. We killed the Bremen. Man, what a game. 104,000. Spotting 115,000, so a great spotter as well, and 1.1 million potential damage fired at us. So again, we did everything a destroyer player is supposed to do: cap, spot, torp, kill. Oh my gosh! And we had to retreat way in the back here, so we'll run forward. And but that's the game pretty much right there. Just Lushun and wiping out an entire flank right there with an amazing heal, 5.5 kilometer hydro, and amazing firepower. That's a fun video, just looking at that. I don't have anything other to talk about other than I just think the Steel event is overpowered the Black Friday event, but I actually used money to buy maybe those Ultra containers, and I got like 4 free ships. Unfortunately, I wanted the Venom. I was looking for the Venom, guys. I couldn't get it. Number 1 in the team right there, doing some amazing work right there. We could have had that Kraken, and we had that Hawaii kill. Yeah, we should have killed the Hawaii. This should have been our kill and our Kraken. I'll call it a 0.5 Kraken, 4.5. Almost there, guys. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the button, leave a comment. The build will be at the end of the screen, as always. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. And if you see me out there, make sure you say hello. Take care. Cheers.